Do you remember when the Hoff was fighting crime with his sidekick KITT? Who'd have thought that it would have gone into different franchises and many failed TV series?
Knight Rider.
10 years ago, all it took was one man and one car to get the job done. Now, the Foundation for Law and Government has assembled 5 highly skilled operatives and paired them with the most advanced state-of-the-art vehicles to take on a new breed of outlaw. They are Team Knight Rider.
Hello and welcome to another episode of It Could Have Been a Classic. And here we're going to be talking about 1998's Team Knight Rider. It was based on the original with the Hoff, yes, David Hasselhoff and KITT and their many adventures. Team Knight Rider is an interesting one. It got cancelled after one season, which is a shame because I do see a lot of potential within this series and where it were going. What was interesting about this, there was an entire story arc in this series which was going off in a certain direction, and it would have been interesting by the end of episode 22 that we'd have got season 2 to continue this. So we're going to be talking about Team Knight Rider. So Flag, the Foundation for Law and Government has now become SHIELD or Mask. A lot of things have happened in this. Now, Michael Knight's disappeared. He's the greatest operative Flag's ever had, and he is mentioned quite a lot in this series. So we jump to 1998. We have 5 cars, Dante, Plato, Attack Beast, and the 2 motorbikes, Cats, and I forgot what the other one's called. We have 2 beautiful ladies in it, and then we have the 3 fellas. Again, we get the standard nerd who's the computer geek and a genius, the hard-ass military female, the dodgy female who's an ex-criminal, the leader, ex-CIA, and we have the muscle man Duke. That's what he's called, and he drives the Attack Beast. And Attack Beast is in love with Jenny Steele. I think that's the actress's name. No, but he's in love with her, the car. And it gets sort of interesting because there is something in this series. Now, it does make sense that Flag's evolved. They have this it's like a big, massive jet. I think it's a jumbo jet, or is it a C-10? This thing's massive, right, inside. There's loads of people living on it and walking around. It's got vertical takeoff, and it's designed to take them anywhere in America or around the world. It's all top secret. It's got Sky One, it's called, and it can land their vehicles. Now, they fight some incredibly weird criminals, and we do have a nemesis called Mobius who wants to destroy Flag, and he's obsessed with Michael Knight. Now, this gets really interesting because in certain episodes, we see this character turn up and he can sneak on board. None of the cars recognise him. He can get past all the Flag security systems, and he advises them, like where Jenny is done for being a traitor. There's a big court case with Flag. They're going to put her into prison. But this hologram, it's a hologram. It's KITT pretending to be this character, because KITT is like in the heart of Sky One. We find this out later on. So we find out that Jenny again, she could be the adopted daughter of Michael Knight. She's trying to find this out by a detective called Michael Long, who became Michael Knight. Now, it's interesting, there's some like dodgy stuff with Flag, the organisation, up at the top. They fight all kinds of super villains, but then like every 4 or 5 episodes we get Mobius, and it all builds up when he creates the Legion of Doom. Now, I were expecting he'd have his own equivalent of 5 cars. And this is where it is. There's the missing operative Michael Knight, who turns up in the final episode at his grave. They're all there. When Mobius, like, it's just left on a massive cliffhanger because Mobius gets KITT. He's like, KITT's like computer being like guiding Team Knight Rider in the background. And there's a lot going on with this, and I was surprised. The cars, well, the cars do have a personality. It sort of works, they complement each other. Now, there is a few duff episodes in here, like Crow. This is like the equivalent, after Michael Knight, they created Crow, I don't know, Knight Automated Robot or whatever, and it was about bonding with the driver, but they turned evil, and he went round and killed 5 people, and he went to prison, but the car woke up and it escaped off this plane because this scientist who helped create it was an industrialist. And anyway, Crow and the driver sacrificed themselves, ending a pool of molten metal. Don't ask. And that's what I mean. I would expecting a lot more with that episode. But the characters in this are quite interesting. You get into the past. The guy, the leader, who was CIA past. We get a tribute to the Bionic Man, Mega Man, and he goes, and there's mention of the fembots. There's a load of nerd references to, like, the guy Trek, who's the genius. His parents conceived him at a Star Trek convention, and he's called Trek. I'm not making it up. And he's obsessed with science fiction. The two ladies and the guys, and they go out and fight crime. And I mean, there is a lot of how would you say, things being dropped in other TV shows in this. This one, after about 6 episodes, I started to really enjoy this, and it was such a shame we never got season 2. It really is. Now, to be honest, I think that they went in the right direction with this, you know, this whole series of where it was going. I mean, they really tried evolving a franchise there. Like, after Knight Rider, we got Knight Rider 2000 with Hudson Leak, and they brought Devon Miles back into it and all that, and that was terrible. And then in 2010, we got the new Knight Rider series, and Val Kilmer played KITT. Now, I don't know if Team Knight Rider is part of the canon. To me, it is, because when all this was set up, there's mentions of the original series quite a lot. And it's a shame if Team Knight Rider has been shoved out of the canon. Now, the new Knight Rider series, that were bloody awful. It really was. I mean, I watched it and everybody just switched it off. Now, the magic of Hasselhoff and the car works, because it's still, even now, it's still popular and it has a massive following. And I think Team Knight Rider, I think they got the right casting. I think even the writing was okay. Now, there is some cheesy bits in this, but there's a lot of adult innuendos in this series. And after about 5 episodes, I started really enjoying this. Now, the big ending with the Battle of the Legion of Doom, I was expecting like they'd have 5 equivalent cars or something, but we know David McCullum plays the villain Mobius, who's connected to Flag and the original Michael Knight, and there's a thing going on. We never get the answer to any of this, which is quite annoying. As an experiment for this series, I think they took a risk. I mean, the 2 motorbikes can join together and become the all-pursuit vehicle. We have the massive plane Sky one. It's just really cool. The cars are cool, the casting, and all right, there is some cheesy stories in here, but overall, this is an enjoyable experience to watch. Team Knight Rider should have got a season 2, but maybe people, I don't know. I think today this could work. I really think it could work. For me, there was the man with the car, and then the next decade, the organisation grew, and they were out fighting much high-tech crime. I mean, there's like bionic robots, people in cybernetics. I mean, that's cheesy where they're fighting them. There's the base 1 episode of the Bionic Man with Probe. You know, where like this Russian probe, remember the probe that crashed? And Steve Austin thought, well, they've done the equivalent. They've borrowed stories from other things, you know. We get that. The Mega Man thing was quite good. I mean, that was just based at a $6 million man tribute. Now, you've just seen the picture of Knight Rider and Airwolf and the A-Team. No, that would have been bloody cool, but we never got that. But on to Team Knight Rider. The villains, all of it, it works. I mean, I saw this on ITV on a Saturday. I used to catch the odd episode, and then it vanished and never heard from it ever again, which is such a shame. Now, you're going to be saying to me, is Team Knight Rider a classic? I think the potential were there for this to become something much bigger. I really do. And I have to say, I'm going to put Team Knight Rider through because I've enjoyed watching this. Don't expect a lot, but what enticed me was the evolution of the whole flag organisation. It came very like Shield or Mask. I don't know, it reminded me of Mask and Shield. This did something, you know, with the technology. I mean, the cars are great. One can go on water, and they've got laser guns and missiles. I mean, they've got it all in this, which is sort of interesting, you know. And the cars have personalities. It just works. So I'm going to say to you, yep, you're going through Team Knight Rider. You are a classic. You could have been one of the best, but you never got a chance. So I'll see you on the next episode. Oh, I love this job. I really do. Live long and prosper.